Hey guys, this is Kauri from the corner. Have you ever been smoke tested? Probably don't even know what that means. Some people. Well, smoke testing is when you make sure you verify the important features that are working, right? And you make sure that there's nothing wrong with that product inside of the build of who you are, right? Because see, you are the product that you are readying for the world. So what we want to do is I want to ask you, have you been smoke testing your healing? You know, have you ran it to a course to where you really quality assure what you're putting out to the world is ready for them, right? Are you ready for the world? It's people don't really ask themselves that. They think they're ready. You think that I can just I'm healed. Well, how do you know you healed if it hasn't been tested? Good question. How do you know it's fixed if it hasn't been tested? Just like a football player when they let's say they tear their Achilles tendon. They tear that Achilles tendon, next thing you know, they come out on the field. It may be 6 months before they can play again or a year before they can play again. They have to get past the tragedy before they play again and build themselves up to play again, right? So when they do that, it's so funny. It happens almost every time, especially on Super Bowls or major basketball things where the guy comes out. He's like, he's been out of the season for 6 months, and now he's back. This is his first game, and he's going to test out that ankle now, right? So the guy gets out on the field and he's playing, catching balls, no problem. No problem. People will actually say like, "Oh my God, he's doing so well on the field. He's running, he's back and forth, but you know that looks like that ankle's holding up fine." And then all of a sudden, that person gets hit. Yes, hear me out, people. That person gets hit. They take that hit, and they go down. And when they go down, everybody does the same thing because they know how broken they were. They know how that leg couldn't function. They saw the game when the foot was twisted backwards. So they know the pain. They haven't felt it, but they know it, right? And they're like, "Oh my God." You hear everybody in the stands, usually it's a sound like this. Right? Oh no. And then the announcer says, "Well, look, guys, Johnson has went down. He's taken his first hit on that new knee or new ankle. Let's see what he does." So you see a pile of guys just coming off of him, just one after another. And then you see these big, huge guys that come off this guy's ankle. And he's laying there, and all of a sudden, because he's still laying there, he just had a pile of people on him, right? But we expect him to jump up and go do, right? But he's still laying there because he has people on him. He's in the middle of the job. But we don't care about that. We don't care about them being in the middle of the job. Nobody cares about you being in the middle of your job of healing and knowing that you are healed. Nobody cares about that. That is your concern, right? So then they say, when it happens, they say, "Oh my God," he gets up. "Oh my God, he did it. Johnson is up. He's back on the field. He's ready to go. That guy is a winner. Nothing can take him down." Right? Almost went into Pop's voice. But so I want to tell you, like, when you have to smoke test yourself. That guy didn't just go on the field. He didn't just say, "You know what, I'm playing the Super Bowl today." No, no, sir. No, sir. He did what they call physical therapy. He had to keep going and pushing and finding out if that thing works. So here's the number one thing. Here's a few things to just help this process of your smoke testing, because smoke testing, it shouldn't be that difficult. But for us as humans, as physical beings and spiritual beings, here's the first thing we have to start out with. So, have you tested your self-discipline? I'll wait for a second. Okay. Yeah. See, no one should have to tell you to get up for your dreams or your promises. No one should have to do that. Okay? You must have the discipline of self before you have control of self. It just works that way. See, the thing is, let me run you down a little path of myself. Let's say working out. Well, I have to get up at 4 o'clock every morning to start my day, to get my routine going in order to complete a day by 6 p.m. Crazy. So I had to force myself. I had to say, look, I had to discipline myself. I had to wake myself up at 4 and then go do my workout. And it was not easy, folks. I had to stop eating certain things and change the way I was. See, discipline creates the change. Discipline creates the change for self-control. It starts moving you into controlling self because you have to discipline. Discipline usually comes with a sense of a tiny bit of suffering or pain. It just doesn't feel good when you're disciplined, right? But once I was disciplined and I started getting up, like I start with my clients, I say, get up. Just get up an hour earlier than you normally do to do the things that you normally want, to do the things that you want to do your dream. Get up an hour earlier and focus on your dream. Can you do that? Right? So when people start disciplining themselves to get up that hour earlier to focus on their dream, they realize like, oh my God, I had more time to focus on my dream. I got more done in 10 minutes. But we don't know until we discipline ourselves to know what we actually have, to know we can control. So the next portion is, have you tested the self-control once you've maintained your self-discipline? Because this is how you smoke test who you are for the environment, for the world. You have to test it to know that ankle is going to hold up when you take a hit. That knee is going to be supportive when you take a fall. And most people say, I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to fall again. I don't want to be sad again. If you don't want to be hurt, sad, or fall again, then you can't play the game. And you have to play the game. We play this game as soon as we wake up. So it's better for you to control this game of life than have it just control you or others control your game of life. All right? So in the self-control, how are you controlling your emotions? How are you handling situations with emotions? Are you doing with feelings and facts, or feelings and emotions, or are you doing it with facts and self-control? Right? How are you handling these situations? Because let's say once I work out, or that football player returns to the field, he's there, he's made it through, and he takes that hit, or he goes to the field like, I don't want to play it. I don't, my ankle, I've done everything. I've been disciplined enough to get this ankle or knee up the place, and I don't want to play anymore. Put me in with the team that's weak, or the weaker person, the people that may not hit me as hard. Put me in with those people. No. You're stronger than that. You're much stronger than that. And you can be better than that. All right? So have you tested that control? Do you controlling your mind to go out on that field and push what you've trained for, to push what you fought for? Have you tested that? Okay? Because once you do, you move into the last and final, because these are just 3 quick tests. Okay, 4 actually. 4 quick tests to get you going. So the next one is, have you tested being quiet in the noise? Being quiet when all the stadiums are going crazy and everybody's like, rah, rah, get up, stay down. And you know that it's something inside of you to fulfill your promise either way you go. And you get up and you fight. You fight like you've never been before. Have you done that? Okay? Being quiet in the noise. I'm not going to let the external bother me. No, sir. And the last thing, have you tested your ego system? Have you tested the things that trigger your ego when it comes to the things that will hurt or harm or the pain? Have you tested who triggers your ego? Right? Have you tested these things? Are you bigger than the who and what that triggers you? Or can you be bigger than, can you maintain the control of being bigger than your trigger? Your ego system, the friends around you, the family around you. Sometimes you have to let some of these people roll out. A lot of people don't want to hear that. Sometimes you have to change your lane, change who you are. You have to change, but a lot of people don't want to hear that. Because your ego system controls your triggers. The things you put yourself in, the life that you put yourself in, all of these things are under fire sometimes because they're in your ego system. It makes sense? So can you control that? Hold on. All right. So, and that kind of brings this to an end. Sorry, somebody chimed in on my little thing here while I was doing this this message. But can you control your ego system? Let that ego be, nobody. You won't let anybody challenge the fortification of your mentality. Can you do that? Because then your body, if you've tested all of these things, you have smoke tested. You know where the smoke comes from in your life. You know what just drives you insane. And then you control it. You beat it. You become the master of you. You control your ego system. You control everything that's in your life. You are bigger than your trigger. Just saying. You guys have a wonderful life, wonderful day, and much life. And visit me, Kauri's Corner. Come to all of YouTube, Facebook. Get on all of them. We're on everything. And follow Purpose and Resilience. Man is doing great things. Much life.